Welcome to another episode of the Emir Sirdam Show, where we uncover power, politics, and truth behind the scenes. I'm your host, Emir Sirdam, and today we will be going very deep, deeper than the ocean, if I tell you so. Today's episode on the Emir Sirdam Show, we'll be discussing about why Bola Tinubu is in France. Do you know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has a godfather? Do you know the Jagaban has a godfather? And if you did not know, we will be telling you about this and more in the course of our conversation today. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, some popcorns, call your friends, families, friends and foes to join in this conversation, because today we'll be going deep into something in the space of 2 years why the president of Nigeria is currently visiting a country for the 6th time, a country language that we do not speak, a country that all other colonized countries in Africa that are francophones nations are breaking ties with. These and more we're exposing on the Emir Sirdam Show today. Relax and have a great time. All right, on today's episode of the Emir Sirdam Show, as I said earlier on, we'll be discussing about why Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in France, why Bola Ahmed Tinubu has taken a 6th trip to France, and every time he takes this trip, they come out with some bogus statements. Oh, he's going on a rest mission, on a different things, just to keep Nigerians out of the loop of why he is actually in France. People begin to wonder, what are our ties with France? Why France? Of all nations in the world, why France? They did not colonize Nigeria. They have little or investments in Nigeria. Probably you point one or two. There is no real reason why Nigeria should be in bed or so close to France. We don't even speak French. It worries me, and it has worried so many Nigerians, wondering why the president of the country is so fixated and attached to France. Many people don't even know why. I myself had to ask myself, I had to go deep in, do my little research, and I'm presenting this to Nigerians because the mainstream media will never tell Nigerians what I'm saying right now. What we're about to discuss about right now is something that is frightening, it's scary. Many people will wonder, Saddam, why are you doing this? I had to ask myself a lot. Is this topic what you want to talk about? But it's important that in times like these, where I've always said we're in desperate times, I'm indeed very desperate, to let Nigerians understand who is currently occupying Aso Rock and what our resources are being used for. Because they will never get this information from the mainstream media. All other podcasters will not talk about this. I don't know why. Maybe one or two of our investigative journalists will do this piece, but it's important, and for posterity's sake, that this is being discussed. You might want to know who is the billionaire with one foot in Nigeria and the other in Paris. You might want to know the godfather of the Jagaban himself, the so-called master of politics in Nigeria that tamed the Atlantic Ocean. You don't know he has a godfather? Well, let's dive into it today and understand better on the Emir Sirdam Show. Okay. I'm going to start by thanking every single one of you that have subscribed, that have turned on your notifications, made comment, drop your comments on the last episode of the show. Every one of you that have been putting us on the front foot, thank you to all of you. I might not see your work, I might not even comment, but I'm deeply grateful. You guys are the reason why I'm on the 3rd episode today. And I hope this episode goes further to enlighten Nigerians on what the Emir Sirdam Show is here for. Bold talks, uncensored, unfiltered conversations, the real conversations that Nigerians should be having. We have a country to save. We as the people need to stand up and do it right. If we do not do it right, nobody's come to do it for us. So let's jump into our conversation real quick. Who is the godfather of the Jagaban himself? Who is the godfather of the Jagaban himself? Well, dear Nigerians, I present to you the man called Gilbert Chagoury. He's not your average businessman. He was born to Lebanese parents in Nigeria, so he's Lebanese Nigerian, as the case may be. He has built an empire. He has built numerous empires. Well known in the 90s as allegedly the money launderer to Sani Abacha, the late General Sani Abacha, the man that laundered funds for Sani Abacha in the 90s, the man that was laundering Nigerians' money for Sani Abacha in the 90s. And do you guys remember the whole story that was painted about Bola Tinubu, that Nadeco created Nadeco, was part of Nadeco. He used Nadeco to fight Abacha's regime. What is Bola Tinubu doing with the man that laundered money for Abacha? Did he really fight Abacha? Or was he the inside man to Abacha? These are questions that I think we should begin to ask ourselves as a country, because if your godfather today was the person laundering money for Abacha, I begin to wonder, were you really at war with Abacha, or were in business with Abacha? Why do you have another launderer of the Abacha's regime as your current minister of budgeting and planning, Tiku Bagudu? For a man that built his charisma or his character around fighting for democracy, fighting the Abacha regime, it is weird to hear or imagine that your characters around you are people that were the closest to Abacha. If you were just dealing with, probably some few ministers of Abacha, some people that have been in government, there are some people that they call Ajip, any government in power. It's understandable, because those people, they are always gallivanting around the corridors of power looking for one, filling up their portfolios, looking for an office or other. It's understandable. But when the key people that laundered finance to Abacha are your men, I begin to question truly if you are an Abacha's ally or an Abacha's enemy. And I hope Nigerians begin to understand these issues I'm discussing here today. Gilbert Chagoury was not just a money launderer for Abacha. He has been. We'll see most of this on your screens for you to understand. He has been fined in the United States for illegal campaign donations using straw donors. He has had his run-ins with international law enforcement. In Nigeria, he is very powerful. He is known as the owner of Eco Atlantic City. He literally owns Eco Atlantic City. In the US, he's very controversial. And in France, he's untouchable. That is the current godfather of Jagaban. So for him to have been there his sixth time, it's probably he's going to give every quarter a report to his godfather on what he has done, breakdown on deals, contracts, because he has given this man a whole lot of contracts, of which we will be exposing a whole lot of them on the platform today. A whole lot of contracts have gone to Chagoury's firms, courtesy of the Bola Tinubu, right from his days as Lagos State Governor till today. So it is not a relationship that is just a relationship of today. It is a relationship that has been for over 25 years. So if he has been in a relationship with this man for over 25 years, stretching back to 1999, then you begin to ask questions. Truly, was Bola Tinubu an ally to Abacha, or really an enemy? Or the question they asked, or the question of that have been put outside there, him being an asset to the CIA, as released by my very good friend, someone that I respect a whole lot, David Hundeyi. It is important Nigerian begins to ask these questions. Who is this man that occupied the seat in Aso Rock? What are his deals? What is he doing with the finances of the country? So let's dive into who Gilbert Chagoury is a little bit. He's not your average businessman. He's a billionaire. I'm trying to be very careful with my words here so that I do not say things that are not accurate here. I'm saying things that I can remember, things that I've done a little research on for you guys to understand. Is that under Obasanjo or under Jonathan that he was exiled of Nigeria? One of those two regimes made the exiled him out of Nigeria. He was a known money launderer for Abacha. It's not a hidden fact. Everybody knows about this. Everybody that knows about what's happening in Nigeria knows about this. Probably the common Nigerians I'm trying to pass this message to right now do not know. Or they know that he laundered money for Abacha, but do not know his deep ties and connection to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now you might begin to ask, why is Chagoury based in France? Why? What is he doing in France? It's simple. no extradition to Nigeria. He has wealthy friends, wealthy connections back in France. It's a perfect hideout for a billionaire of his status. It's a perfect hideout for him where he can stay, and every quarterly he calls his boy to come and give him account of how he's running his country because he owns Nigeria. That is the original owner of Nigeria right now as we speak. Ladies and gentlemen, Gilbert Chagoury owns Nigeria. The juiciest of contracts goes to him and his firms. We'll be reading out some of them today on the Emir Sirdam Show. How far and how deep rooted these ties between him and the president is. And this is where it all gets all juicy because the Chagoury's group have been involved in key projects in Lagos, including the massive Eco-Atlantic real estate and the sea reclamation project. That so-called he tamed the Atlantic Ocean was done by his godfather. The actual tamer of the Atlantic Ocean, the actual tamer is no other person than the billionaire Gilbert Chagoury himself. He tamed the Atlantic Ocean. His boy took bragging rights. That is one of the most expensive lands in Africa, dare say in the world. The man controls and sits on wealth that it can only be imagined. Such men do not appear on Forbes list, and that's why when I see most people talk about Forbes list, I just laugh and I'm like, Forbes list consists of billionaires that their wealth can be accounted for. In reality, so many people on earth here that are more wealthier than those people on Forbes list, but their names can't be on Forbes list because their wealth cannot be accounted for. Their wealth has no ties to businesses, shady deals across different spheres, so you cannot tie their wealth. So let's dive into why Bola Tinubu is in France. And it hit me. I think I'm sounding similar to how many Nigerians will be wondering, why France? Of all countries, we don't even speak French. And at a point in time where French colonized nations in Africa are breaking ties with France, including our neighboring country, Nigerian Republic, to Burkina Faso, to Mali, to Senegal. These are French-speaking countries. And you see, with the colonization of Africa in Africa, the colonial masters, the British are more cunning. They're like, leave you guys, but they run things from behind the scenes. They control this and that behind the scenes, control key actors and policies in a very subtle way. But with the French, it is aggressive. Hopefully in subsequent episodes on the Emir Sirdam Show, I will talk about how much the French has held back Francophone speaking nations in Africa. How they created a separate currency for these guys that is in the Bank of France, in the central bank in France, and how they give people money like it is crazy. They come into your country, these are French countries, take all their wealth, all their mineral resources, convert the money and tell them, okay, no, we'll give you some. We are not capable. You guys are not yet wise enough to know how to use money. So as a big daddy, you take this and take that. And all these African countries say enough is enough. There's a reason why a 90-something-year-old man is still the president of Cameroon today, Paul Biya, because he's a total stooge to the French government. How can a 90-something-year-old man still be president in Africa today? Because the French are very comfortable with it. The same thing happened across Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, Senegal, and all those countries. They stood up and said, no, enough is enough. We can see the transformation going on in Burkina Faso today. In the space of 3 years, they kicked the French out. Nigerians are inviting the French because of Bola Tinubu's ties. There is not one thing in 2 years you can point and say the French have done to Nigeria. Tinubu, why do you keep going to France? Why do you keep going to France? What is special in France? Are they about to start giving Nigerian free visas? Are they coming to build multinational companies in Nigeria? What is that special interest you have in France that we have not seen in 2 years? And as we speak right now, as this episode is being aired, he's still in France. Hopefully to come back. Some say he has gone there for health issues. Some say he has gone there to rest. The official statement is that he has gone to appraise for a self-appraisal of what he has done in 2 years. For the great things he has done. How he has given Nigeria quality education. How he has created a Nigeria whereby we have 24 hours light now. All the roads are being worked on. The economy is right now the best ever. How a dollar right now is equal to a naira. How fuel is so cheap and available more than water. Bola Tinubu has done a great job for Nigerians right now that he is in France resting, saying, oh, what a great job I've done. I deserve this rest. I deserve this rest. Nigerians. And Nigerians applaud. Yes, sir, you deserve the rest. You have done so much for us. That is why he's resting in France today. Meanwhile, the reality is that Nigeria is burning. People are being slaughtered from Plateau to Benue to the incident in Edo State to Enugu State. Constant killings across the country. Is blood flowing everywhere. In the midst of all these things, Tinubu is chilling in France and his deputy had the audacity to travel. I went to Senegal. Nigerian presidency that we are sitting on the APC is just a joke. It's a joke. And it's a joke that Nigerians must begin to call out. So when powerful people like Chagoury are chilling in France, and I have tried in the course of my submission to put the piece together for you guys to understand that this man is in France. He lives in France. Chagoury lives in France. Chagoury was the one that was given that the biggest contract ever in Tinubu's history. The building of the so-called coastal road from Lagos to Calabar. That contract was given to Chagoury's company. I cannot remember any public bidding that was made. I cannot remember that passing through due process through the Senate or anything. It was just given. That contract is estimated to cost trillions to the Nigerian finance. Trillions. I don't know. It is mind-boggling that of all the companies in the world, Bola Tinubu found it fit to give his so-called super coastal highway project to is a company owned by Gilbert Chagoury. Define conflict of interest to me, Nigerians, please. To those that continue to support this criminal attitude of this government, I want to ask you, what is conflict of interest to you? How can you explain that the company of his godfather is a company that has been given the rights for the road? And Nigerians are so, I think Nigerian politicians are the luckiest because Nigerians are so easy to please. And do the road now. He do the road now. They do the road. As long as they do the road now, they know wala now. Make him even use his hand do am. There's no accountability. There's no due diligence. There is no pressure on these people. We just allow them to do whatever they like. Oh, what a great feeling to be a Nigerian politician. The greatest feeling ever any man can have is being a Nigerian politician. Because you will have everything you want. Nigerians will give it to you. You don't even need to stress yourself. And for people like us that want to hold them accountable, fellow Nigerians will tell you, be careful, oh, wait till they talk, oh. Saddam, they careful, oh. Hey. Some will insult you. Some will call you names because you dare to speak truth to power. This isn't about gossip or about hate for the man called Tinubu. No, it's about governance in the country. If key decisions, financial deals, and political strategies are being made offshore in France, what happens to accountability? What happens to democracy? What happens to Nigeria? That we are sitting in Nigeria and decisions are being made about Nigeria from a penthouse in Paris, or probably in Monaco, or probably somewhere else in one little place. It's wherever it is, but not in Nigeria. And every quarter, the godson goes to France and give appraisal to his master. Is this the kind of governance Nigeria wants? Is this what we want as a people? Today's episode on the Emir Sirdam Show is not going to be a long one. It's just me opening Nigerian eyes to understand truly the real reason why Bola Tinubu is in France, why he has visited France for 6 consecutive times in the space of 2 years. So you do not have to hit your head, you don't have to stress yourself, you don't have to wonder, oh, keep all the permutations. The man that is in charge of Echo Atlantic City, the man that owns Echo Atlantic City, the man that is currently sitting on the biggest contract in the federal government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that man is the reason why Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in France. I don't even understand it. I don't want to start thinking what these guys are discussing behind the scenes with Nigerian finances. What deals these guys, I don't even want to, it is, because when you begin to think, the more scarier it becomes. So that's why you should understand how important it is as Nigerians that we hold this government feet to fire. The mainstream media will not discuss about this. They will never talk about the connections. They will never talk about the shady deals. They will never talk about the conflict of interest. They will not talk. I even forgot to say it, that the president's son sits on the board of one of the companies of the Chagourys. The conflict of interest is so, in any sane democracy, the current parliament in Nigeria should have started investigation into what we're saying right now, should have been questioning what is our business with France. We do not speak French. If all our neighboring countries are running away, breaking off from France, why are you taking us to France, Bola? What is the business you have with France? If you're the president of a country, your personal business should never take head position over the country's interest. Why are you going to the country where your godfather resides for 6 good times and you never come back with anything good? Not once have you come back and said, oh, give French cookies for Nigerians, share for Nigerians French cookies or something. You never come back with anything good. When you come back, it's same propaganda, same lies that we're going to be fed with when you come back. Meanwhile, so many shady things have gone behind the scenes. And that's why the Emir Sirdam Show is here, to hold you and the government accountable. It is important we hold our House of Reps, senators accountable, because these guys this is the worst set of politicians Nigeria has ever had in history. It's the worst set. From Akpabio, this is the worst Senate president in the history of Nigeria. The Senate is meant to check and balance the activities of the executives. But we have a Senate that all they do is to make sure that everything the executive do pass through. There is no accountability. There is nothing that they are going to say or do to checkmate Tinubu. They are there to, they stand in the Senate House and sing, on your mandate we shall stand. How has Nigeria fallen so bad? We have the worst set of criminals running this country, and it's important Nigerians begin to speak up and stand up. If we don't fix Nigeria in our lifetime, if we allow these people that are already at the door living, they are the door of life, they are living. Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not have 20 years again to live. These are facts. No matter how much he reduces his age, he doesn't have 20 years again on earth. Young Nigerians, our future is at stake. What will we tell our children in 20 years' time from now? What did you do? What did you say? When an 80-year-old man was running the country down, what was your contribution? Were you one of those that kept silent because it doesn't concern you? Or because Nigeria matter don't tire you? Or because you were scared? Or were you one of those that stood up and spoke truth to power? Posterity and time will remember our actions and inactions of today. Nigerians, we really need to begin to ask these people questions. We really need to wake ourselves up. I am trying to make sure that Nigerians wake up here. Because as it stands right now, every institution in the country has been stolen by these guys. Every institution in the country is controlled by these guys. There is nothing that is working in the country anymore. From the civil societies to the judiciary, to the executive, to the legislators, they are all in the pocket of one man. There is no checking, there is no balancing anything. To your media. And that is why I am also one more time challenging young Nigerians to stand up and speak up. Every single day, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is giving us content. But Nigerians will prefer to go and use it and do meme, comedy, laugh and joke about it. We joke about our very existence, our very life. We need to do better as a people. It is our inability to hold these people responsible that is making them thrive today. I'll make them thrive till tomorrow. So I'm asking questions on this episode. Nigerians, wake up. Connect the dots. Chagoury is very powerful. Tinubu is the president. France is the meeting ground. And the Nigerian people are mostly kept in the dark. Because the media, the mainstream media, will not say this. They will never talk about it. So share this episode, my brothers and sisters, friends and foes. Let's start this conversation. Let's demand transparency. Let's demand accountability. Keep the distractions aside and let's face our common reality. As I always say on the platform, we have to build a Nigeria that works for everyone, or a Nigeria that works for no one. It cannot keep working for some certain people. It cannot keep working for just a set of people. The elite class that represents 0.1% of the populace, while majority of Nigerians languish in abject penury. Look at the rate of suicide. Young Nigerians are taking their lives just because of what the country is putting them through. Dreams are dying every single day in Nigeria. Young dreams, great dreams are being killed every day in that country. Why? Because we have a very ineffective government in power. Politicians that do not care about me and you. All they care about is themselves. They create chaos, create divisions, let me and you kill ourselves, insult ourselves, while they continue to plunder. And they look from upstairs to we that are downstairs and they laugh at us because we've all been foolish for so long. How long will you as a Nigerian continue to be foolish? How long will you as a Nigerian continue to slave for this political class? How long will you as a Nigerian continue to fence ignorance? Today you're 30 BG, tomorrow you are FC, next tomorrow you're outsider, next tomorrow you're this. We find trivial things to just divert our attention from our main problems, while our main problems keep staring at us. If you did not run away from Nigeria last year, it is harder this year. How many people can run away from the country? How many people can japa from Nigeria today, as the case may be? And those that are already japad, that are fortunate to have japad, are facing the reality across the globe. There is no place like home. And if we do not fix home, home will never be fixed, because the crux and the crop of criminals that we have right now in power are the worst we have ever had in the history of that country. Certainly Abacha had nothing on these people. Do you understand what it means for Nigerians to miss Buhari? Do you understand how the calamity we have in power right now for Nigerians to be missing Buhari? Do you understand how disastrous it must be for Nigerians to miss Buhari? And I tell you, it's going to get worse. I'm not a prophet of doom. I pray well for Nigeria. I pray every day for Nigeria. I wish well for Nigeria. But the truth is that prayers can just do a little bit. The power to change Nigeria is in the hands of the people. Is it that we wake up as a collective and fix this country, or we keep playing docility and watch these criminals ravage, plunder that country to death? And that's why I come to the end of today's show, the Emir Sirdam Show. I hope I've convinced you. I hope I've opened your eyes. If you were not seeing, don't stress yourself anymore. Never stress yourself, because you're still going to go to another trip to France. Maybe in the next 6 months. Maybe it's 3 months, but he'll still go to France. So when next he's in France, do not worry yourself and wonder, why is this man always in France? I have done the hard work for you today. He has gone to meet with his godfather, the real owner of Nigeria, Gilbert Chagoury. And until I see you guys next time on the Emir Sirdam Show, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. So please do not forget to subscribe, follow, and stay tuned for our next episode. It's going to be powerful. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet. And yes, I've been getting calls from a whole lot of you on when we're going to go live. It is in the works. The Emir Sirdam Show is going to be going live very soon, whereby we'll be having these interactions live. You guys can call in. You can join the conversation live across the globe. We are trying to raise an army of Nigerians that can start speaking truth to power, that can wake up our fellow docile Nigerians, because the truth of the matter is that the politicians are not just the problem. Nigerians are the problem. Nigerians are majorly the problem, because if less than 100,000 people are putting over 200 million people to chains, then there's problem with over 200 million people, not the 100,000 people. And I identify myself that information is one of the key pointers to where the 200 million people are lacking. Lack of quality information. All they read on their newspapers, their dailies, all they listen to in their radios, their televisions, are all government-sponsored propaganda. Coming from a man that built his charisma and character on propaganda. The All Propaganda Congress. Everything about him is propaganda. He owns one of the top radio TV stations in Nigeria. He controls majority of all the radio stations from the southwest to the south to the north. If probably I'm going to do an expose on that for you to understand how deep and entrenched the man that is sitting in Aso Rock has on the media. All your dailies, all your newspaper dailies have either been paid by him, have been bought by him, or he even owns them outrightly. So if you think this information I'm saying right now will ever get to the grassroots, you're in for a shocker. It will never get to the grassroots. It will be circulating around the social media, probably internet, or except you take the information that you've heard right now to the grassroots yourselves. So we Nigerians have to begin to understand that we have to be mobile working antennas, mobile working radio stations, mobile working TV stations, mobile working newspapers. So if you're in the marketplace, you're in the public space, you're in a transport station, you're in a bus, public bus, you're in a public whatever, wherever you are passing this information to Nigerians, because many Nigerians don't even know where their problem comes from. I'm going to have a special episode on where I'm going to break down how these guys have systematically kept Nigerians in bondage for so long. It's a pyramid that has been created, and I have dissected it, and I'm going to break it down to Nigerians. So you see all the layers that they have built to help subjugate the people. Why the people are still in chains today and don't even know they're in chains. There is a reason why Nigerians are not reactive. There's a reason why Nigerians are passing through hell and still they're pushing through the walls of hell, trying to break through it instead of trying to find the reason why they're in hell. In a land so blessed, in a land of plenty, there is no reason why Nigerians should be in poverty today. There is no reason why Nigerians should lack. The problem lies in bad governance and in docile people. Until I see you guys next time, please remember this is the Emir Sirdam Show, where we speak bold truths, the uncommon conversations that they never want to have. Subscribe to us on Spotify, on Apple Music. We are on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X, on virtually all the platforms, YouTube. And yes, I will just take few comments from our last show on YouTube. I am so grateful to every one of you. I just want to give special shout out to all of you that tuned into our last show on YouTube. I saw a whole lot of it, so I'm going to read some of your comments. From Babatunde Odebiyi. Thank you so much. He said, Baba, na man you be you. I salute your courage and boldness to speak truth to power. More grease to your elbow. Thank you so much. I think courage is something that all of us can have, or we all are born with courage. It's just how the level you are willing to put yours into practice. And I tell you, you can even do better than I do. Annie Girl said the dark souls must be operated if Nigeria must succeed. This rascality cannot be sustained. I truly, deeply agree with you, Annie Girl, that the dark souls must be operated if Nigeria must succeed. The success of Nigeria lies in our uprooting of these dark criminal souls holding us hostage. Chijoke Victory said, you are doing a great job. Speaking truth in Nigeria is a dangerous job. It is a dangerous job, but living in Nigeria is more dangerous than speaking truth in Nigeria. I tell you the truth, living in Nigeria is more dangerous. The quicker we fix living in Nigeria, the better for us. And the only way we can fix living in Nigeria is by speaking truth in Nigeria that you think is dangerous. Thank you. And yes, Emir Sirdam, is great to finally see your face. Thank you for standing for your ground against all odds. Ophila Ade, thank you so much. Oh, the Gloria Ayo said, how we needed this. Thank you, Emir. Thank you, Gloria. Mary Akbang said, thank you so much for giving your views on the state of the nation. It's time we rise up and take back our nation. This is exactly what I want to see. This is exactly the reactions I want to get from Nigerians. Waking up, rising up, and doing the needful. That hero mentality needs to die. We all have to assume the duties and roles of heroes if we have to fix and save our country. Emir Sirdam, never stop standing for the truth. We love you and we love what you do. Love and light. That's from Ibukun. Thank you so much, Ibukun. I love you too. And hopefully by the grace of God, I will never stop doing what I'm doing, because there is joy and peace when you speak and stand for the truth. Thank you for standing for the truth. Esther Adigbemi, thank you so much, my sister. It feels good to stand for the truth. Thank you to stand for the truth, you to yourself. Thank you a lot, Emir Sirdam. Keep the education on from Compass Media. We will keep doing our bits. Hopefully, we do not stop. Hopefully, you guys keep pushing me with your comments, with your likes, with your subscriptions, with your notifications turned on. And we'll keep pushing this ministry to the permanent side. Until I see you guys next time. And to all the comments I could not read today, I am externally grateful. And to my Violence Space team, God bless you guys. To the Violence Space family, my Violenzers, you guys are the backbone of the Emir Sirdam Show. You guys are always the ones that rush to show yourselves when you come out here. I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful to all of you. Please let this conversation not stop here from just watching it. Do something. Take this conversation out. Let Nigerians around you know why truly Bola Tinubu is in France. Let them understand that their country is being sold, and in a country that we do not even know how to speak their language. I don't know if he's planning for a recolonization of Nigeria in a period whereby other francophone nations in Africa are running away from France. Tinubu is trying to push us into France. A very dangerous times we are in, my people. Until I see you guys next week, it's the Emir Sirdam Show. Stay safe and God bless you all. Thank you.